As you know, we are nearing the transfer window of January, and this is November. It's the 7th of November, and you know how many months to go? I think 1.5 months to go to hit January. But as you know, when we are hitting January, there are always lots of news coming in from reliable and non-reliable journalists as far as the transfers are concerned. Today, it's all about Fabrizio Romano. He has come and told us that Arsenal still have interest in Mudryk. He has gone ahead to let us know about the contract situation of Martinelli and Mykhailo Saka and what the win of Arsenal versus Chelsea really means to the people that are really going ahead and really not respecting what Arsenal has done in this game of football. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? Where are you watching us from? Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button after smashing it. Hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, let's start off with what he said about Mudryk. You know, Mudryk is one of those players that came into the know of us when Arsenal was really playing, oh, what's wrong with this? I'm sorry. So when the window was coming to an end, Mudryk surfaced as one of those mystery signings that Arsenal was really looking at. And obviously, we went and really did a story about him, and most of you know what it was about and how it went, because the boy rejected to join teams like Everton, West Ham, and very many others in the Premier League, and he only wanted Arsenal. During the first Champions League game he played and really scored and really created 2 chances, he confirmed to the media that he would love to go and play at Arsenal, and he supports Arsenal. He loves Arsenal a lot. Now, after that brilliant performance into the group stages that never saw his team qualify for the Champions League, and they are now into the playoff of the Europa League, Arsenal are really still monitoring and following up this player, as Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to let us know about him. Fabrizio has told us the following, that Arsenal are still following Mudryk. They consider him a top talent, and the race to sign him is open with many clubs involved. Arsenal will be easy in the next weeks and months as they want to keep going in this fantastic moment. So, trust me, if there is a team where Mudryk wants to go, he wants to go at Arsenal. At his age of 21, he really blends directly into the plan of the manager. When we look at Mudryk, he has gone ahead to score 4 goals into the League of Ukraine and 5 assists in 8 games. In the Champions League, he has really put out close to 3 assists and 3 goals, which really put him high into the market. And obviously, Fabrizio Romano is telling us that Arsenal are still following him up, and they consider him as a top talent. And obviously, if it was not Arsenal, we wouldn't have got to know about this guy. But because of Arsenal's interest in him, we got to know about him. Now, I was always so much hinging onto the fact that Arsenal are really having Emily Smith-Rowe, Reiss Nelson, and Martinelli into that position. But I've come to understand that if at all you want to be the best in the world, you have to go on and really having the best talent that ever comes up on the market. Now, when you look at the left attacking midfielders in Europe right now, Mudryk is one of the top talented guys that Mikel Arteta would love to go onto his side. But ask yourself, how much is he costing? The football director, I remember doing that story in here on Rokani Media Football, of Shakhtar Donetsk, came out and said that 50 million euros and more is what they should go ahead and really value this player, because for him, he believes like he's in the level of Neymar and Messi. And to put you up to speed, or bring you up to speed, he's being compared as the new Neymar. They're referring him as a new Neymar. So Mudryk to Arsenal might really happen if at all Arsenal really has lots of money, because close to 50 million euros are really needed by Shakhtar Donetsk from this player, and Arsenal are only having close to 50 million pounds to spend. That makes it hard for him to come, and that's why I told you that I believe the signing of the signing of Yuri Tielemans is more realistic at Arsenal than Mudryk in the coming January winter transfer window. Reason being, the budget available for Arsenal to spend is £50 million, and that might be the balance that Arsenal was left with by the time the summer came to an end. Remember, we are told by different social media platforms out there, all reliable journalists, that Arsenal had a budget of £200 million to spend, and they only spent close to £121 million, and the balance is close to £70 million, meaning that they still have that money to spend. And let's wait and see what is going to go on and happen as far as Arsenal signing Mykhailo Mudryk is concerned. But Fabrizio Romano has ended telling us that Arsenal will be easy in the next weeks and months as they want to keep going in this fantastic moment. But one glance of hope or glimmer of hope for Arsenal as far as Mudryk is concerned, when you look at the level at which Arsenal is, they would love a player like Mudryk. He's talented and can really come in through and really hit the ground running. And that's the biggest question that Mikel Arteta has to answer. Is he going to go on and really bring in finished articles in the Premier League, all Premier League proven players, or is going to go in for players who are just minimal and out of the league but are really having a very high ceiling as far as playing in Arsenal and the Premier League is concerned? Because right now Arsenal is top of the league, and I believe they're going to go in the World Cup break when they're really on top of the Premier League table. And when they return, they are playing West Ham and another one game, and then the January transfer window really kicks off. So if Arsenal really want to go on and really lift this trophy, as I've told you that Arsenal title contenders, they need to go on and really making January transfer signings. So we wait and see whether Mykhailo Mudryk will cross side and return to Arsenal. And play for Arsenal, not return because he's never played for Arsenal. Then Fabrizio Romano went ahead to let us know that a decision is to go all in with these three players, Saliba, Saka and Martinelli, to extend their contracts as soon as possible. All three players are tempted by staying long term with the project. Edu is still working on it. It's not always easy. That's it. And what makes it hard? All these three players are having agents. These agents are being contacted by big clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, and very many others, like Liverpool. Like for Bukayo Saka, Man City, Liverpool, and Real Madrid are monitoring him. For Liverpool, they are looking at him as the realistic replacement of Mohamed Salah. Real Madrid, they are really lacking what we call a right attacking midfielder, and obviously Marco Asensio is really requesting for so much money, and they believe that he's having not so much to offer for Real Madrid, though he's really having a fantastic season, coming on through and really scoring goals. Then William Saliba, obviously for him, Barcelona had even scouted him the previous summer, so they are really having lots of teams that are really calling the agents of these players. So the negotiations are really making it hard, and they are trying to go on and really prolong this until the end of the World Cup. Why are they prolonging it? Why are they prolonging it until the World Cup? Because they know they're going to shine in the World Cup like William Saliba. I've read the tweet today that France really wants to play a 4-1-3-2 with Saliba and Rafael Varane playing together in that defense, meaning that the two Rolls Royces are really going to be playing together in the central defensive partnership. Do you know what it means? Having Saliba and Rafael Varane, because Rafael Varane is back and is running on the carpets, and I think very soon he will be back running on the grass. So Edu is working on it to really seal these three players: Saliba, 21 to 22 years of age, Bukayo Saka, 21, Martinelli, 20 to 23 years of age, meaning that if you tie them on a longer contract of 5 years stay at Arsenal, you will be so much secure and safe. Even when a team comes in through, you can tell them that I want £100 million for Saliba, I want £150 million for Saka, Martinelli, I want 100 million, because you've tied them onto a longer contract, meaning that even if you have interest in selling the player, you won't be beaten by your price because of the short contract that you have with the player. So that is Saliba, Saka and Martinelli. And for Bukayo Saka, I did a story I think last year when rumors around Arsenal are bubbling, telling us that Arsenal really want to go ahead and really give him a very huge contract with a buyout clause of £150 million. And if at all they put a buyout clause in his contract, meaning that he will be the first Arsenal player to be having a buyout clause in history for the very first time at Arsenal. That's it. So these players are needed by Arteta. Edu is trying to convince them to go on and really let them know, please stay at this club because the future is bright. And I believe this season Arsenal are really going to win a huge trophy. If not the Champions League, it's not sorry. If it's not the Premier League, they'll win a UEFA Europa League or an FA Cup or Carabao Cup, because They are here to participate. Sorry, they are here to compete, not to participate. The previous 2 seasons, ever since Mykhailo Mudryk came in through, they've been participating into the Premier League and the UEFA Europa League, but they managed to win the FA Cup and Community Shield. That really made them look like they had really gone to the next level, but Mykhailo Mudryk had to go ahead and really sweep all the players he never wanted, and obviously it's only one player that is still at Arsenal that was not brought in by Mykhailo Mudryk, and that is Tierney, who was brought in by Unai Emery. But the rest of the players, they're either coming from the academy or they've been bought by Mykhailo Mudryk. Look at the lineup that started against Chelsea. Ramsdale, brought in by Arteta. Ben White too. Zinchenko too was brought in by Arteta. Saliba alright, was signed before he came in through, but he's the first Arsenal manager to go on and really give him playing time, and he played his first competitive game for Arsenal this season as they beat Crystal Palace by 2-0. Gabriel Magalhaes, signed by Mykhailo Mudryk. We go to Thomas Partey, signed by Mykhailo Mudryk. Odegaard, signed by Mykhailo Mudryk. Oh, and Granit Xhaka. Yeah, Granit Xhaka was signed by Arsene Wenger. Then Bukayo Saka from the academy, Hell End. Gabriel Jesus, signed by Mykhailo Mudryk. Martinelli coming in from the academy, and very many others that are really featuring in. And I believe time will come when all these players have been phased out, that we are not signed by Mykhailo Mudryk. As it said that a thousand flies cannot stand in the way of one broom. Obviously, he has gone ahead to sweep out many like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mesut Ozil, Hector Bellerin, Kolasinac. There was this guy, was he coming from Greece? Very many others. Bernard Leno has been shown the exit door, and very many others. Torreira, every player that he has not signed has been really sold by him. So, good work done by Mykhailo Mudryk. And talking about Arsenal and Chelsea yesterday, it was a very huge game. London derby. Arsenal went ahead to win it by 1-0, though I expected it to win by more goals. Those Chelsea put up a resistance at the beginning of the first half, but obviously Arsenal went ahead to really take over everything in that game. Total dominancy, and obviously they got that win that was well deserved by them. Now, Fabrizio Romano has come out and really talked a lot about that game of football concerning Arsenal winning Chelsea, and that win got them back on top of the table, and they are now at 34 points. Fabrizio Romano, in his own words, said this was a very impressive win for Arsenal against Chelsea. They have a fantastic defense, really. Saliba is already a world-class player. Gabriel Magalhaes is doing fantastic, and they trusted both of them during the whole summer. So, he is talking about the entire performance of the team, but singling out the central defensive partnership of Arsenal. Guys, Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes are really Rolls Royces for Arsenal. You see, they complement themselves very well. They're this central defensive partnership that reminds me of Vidic and Rio Ferdinand, John Terry and Carvalho, which other central defensive partnership that was really great in the Premier League that is really never going to get forgotten. Maybe Yapstam and this other French guy who was playing for Manchester United. So I believe they've gone down in history. You get, they remind me of that central defense of Arsenal where they had Tony Adams and Sol Campbell, where they had Vermaelen and this other guy, the French guy, Konchesky. No, it wasn't Konchesky. The French guy that used to play alongside Vermaelen, because I believe by that time Arsenal had one of the best central defensive partnerships, with Vermaelen playing on the left and Koscielny playing onto the right side of the central defense. It was really a very huge central defense partnership, and strong, that really left very many people in wonder of whether Mikel Arteta is really one of those, that left Arsene Wenger in doubt when Vermaelen left and Koscielny stayed. So it was really one of those. So Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes remind me about that central defense partnership of Arsenal. So Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and really hailed these players, that they never disappointed because the manager went ahead to trust them, and obviously they went ahead to put up the best that they really deserve, and they've gone ahead to really keep Arsenal on top of the Premier League table. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Smash the like button, guys. Close to 200 likes are needed. And obviously, if you're actually watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, there is the red button that has word subscribe. Smash it, and after hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time video on this channel. Rokani David, a sign out for now. See you later. Calling in for your reactions on this video. How do you do it? Go in the comment section and tell me what you think about Arsenal's interest in Mykhailo Mudryk, and obviously the deals or the new deals of extension deals of Mykhailo Saka, Saliba, and Martinelli, as Edu is really working on them. And obviously your reaction to Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0 is welcome. Does it differ from what Fabrizio Romano is talking about? Obviously, if at all it does, I want you to go in the comment section and tell me what you think about your opinion, because every human is entitled to his own opinion. Guys, I'm out. See you in our next video that is loading in the next 1 or 2 hours.